grade 10 students, welcome to another video discussion. So for this week, our first topic for the second quarter is all about polynomial expressions and equations in one variable. The quadratic formula is used in solving for the roots of a quadratic equation, which is also a polynomial equation. However, there is no specific formula that we can use once the degree of the polynomial equation is third degree or higher. Many mathematicians tried to discover a formula that we can use, but in discovering the formula for a cubic equation, a conflict or controversy arose between Cardano and Tartaglia. Because of its complications, mathematicians just introduced tools in determining the roots of third-degree equations or even higher-degree equations. But before that, let us define first what is a polynomial expression. A polynomial expression, p of x, is an expression of the form, so you have that expression, where the non-negative integer n is called the degree of the polynomial, and coefficients a sub 0, a sub 1, until a sub n are real numbers. The first tool to use to solve for the roots of polynomial equations is by applying or using long division. So let's have an example. Let us divide 2x squared plus 5x minus 23 by x plus 5. So first, atong i-identify kung unsa ang mga parts sa given. So importante kayo na. Now, for the parts, so there are divisor and dividend. So for the divisor in that given is x plus 5. So take note, tanawan nyo asa siya gisuwat, asa gawas. Then for the dividend, that one, then asa po siya gisuwat? Naa siya sa sod. Okay? Take note of that. Now, note that when dividing whole numbers, polynomial equations, it is similar to the procedure used when dividing whole numbers. So kung unsa tong na hibaw-an ninyo pag elementary, kung unsaon pag-divide, mo to siya i-apply ninyo. Okay, now let's have the solution. So 2x squared plus 5x minus 23 divided by x plus 5. So first, ato ta sa first term sa dividend, which is 2x squared. So 2x squared divided by the first term of the divisor, which is x. So 2x squared divided by x is 2x. So simply, isubtract ra ag exponents. So ang exponent sa x kay 1, diba? Now, 2 minus 1 is 1. Then next, na naman tayo answer nga 2x sa ibabaw, we will multiply 2x, ang answer, sa first term sa divisor. So, 2x times x is 2x squared. Okay? Sunod, ato na pong i-multiply si 2x, ang answer, sa second term sa divisor, which is 5. Okay, mana naman ta ni first term. So, second term na pod. So, 2x times 5 is positive 10x. So, muna siyang plus 10x. So, next step is to subtract. Okay, i-minus. First, 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0. Diba? 2 minus 2 is 0. Then next, 5x minus 10x, 5 minus 10, it's negative 5. Then just copy the coefficient x. Okay, you have now the answer, which is negative 5x. And then after ana, i-bring down itong hibilin sa dividend. So, negative 5x minus 23, kaya i-bring down man. Then next, muna po na ang bagong dividend. I-divide negative 5x, ato na po sa first term, by x. So, negative 5x divided by x is negative 5. Okay? Naka-follow? Next, negative 5, ang answer na po, i-multiply na po siya sa first term, sa divisor. So, negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Okay? Sunod, ato na po siyang i-multiply sa second term sa divisor. Negative 5 times positive 5 is negative 25. The same thing, ato na pong i-subtract. Negative 5x minus negative 5x is 0, or simply you can cancel that out. Then, negative 23 minus negative 25 is positive 2. Okay? That's positive 2. Okay, so you have now the divisor. Next is the dividend, the remainder, and the quotient. So these are the parts of the process, okay, for the long division. Then, the divisor is x plus 5. Then you have the remainder, which is 2. The dividend, which is 2x squared plus 5x minus 23, and the quotient, which is 2x minus 5. So you can write the result as follows. So tan-awa kung giunsa pagsuwat ang expression, starting from the given, ang answer, ang quotient, ug ang remainder. In general, if p of x and d of x are polynomials with d of x which is not equal to 0, we can write p of x over d of x that is equal to q of x plus r of x over d of x, or p of x is equal to q of x times d of x plus r of x, where r of x is either 0 or its degree is less than the degree of d of x. If r of x is equal to 0, then we say that d of x is a factor of p of x. So take note that p of x is the dividend, d of x is the divisor, q of x is the quotient, and r of x is the remainder. The second tool to solve for the roots of polynomial equation is by the use of synthetic division. Now, by definition, synthetic division is a shortcut method for dividing polynomials. It makes use of the numerical coefficients of polynomial p of x and the divisor d of x. So, by division algorithm, p of x is equal to d of x times q of x plus r of x. And divisors may appear as x minus c, ax minus c, x squared minus bx minus c, or ax squared minus bx minus c. So, to better understand them, let's have some examples. So, for our case number 1, our divisor is in the form x minus c. So, divide the polynomial 5x squared minus 21x minus 20 by x minus 5. So to divide polynomials using synthetic division, first, we will rewrite the dividend in descending powers. So kinadak-an nga power exponent hangtod sa kinagamyan. And then for missing terms, we have to insert 0. So take note, ang numerical coefficient ra ang atong isuwat. So for this example, so first, isuwat na to ang 5, next negative 21, then negative 20. Then for our divisor, x minus 5, we will equate that expression by 0. So making it negative 5 transposed to the right equation, making the value of x which is equal to 5. So that would be, kana nga number 5, muna ibutang na to sa left part. Kanang na ay murag box. Okay, positive 5. Now muna itong serve as multiplier later. So bring down the first numerical coefficient which is 5. So adto siya ibutang sa third row. Then ang 5, i-multiply siya sa value sa c, sa atong divisor. Kadong number nga naa sa box. So 5 times 5 is 25. So we will write 25, ilawom siya sa second numerical coefficient, second column. So negative 21 plus, i-add na po nato, plus 25 ang answer. So, negative 21 plus 25 is positive 4. Next, ang positive 4 na pod ang atong i-multiply sa number nga naa sa box kanang value sa divisor. So, 4 times 5 is 20. Next, ato na pong i-add. Negative 20 plus positive 20 is equal to 0. So, the remainder is 0, followed by the constant coefficient, which is 4, and then followed by the linear coefficient. Thus, the quotient, when you divide 5x squared minus 21x minus 20 by x minus 5 is 5x squared plus 4. So, that's our answer. So, wala man siya remainder since ang remainder nato is 0. So, for the next example, we have divide the polynomial 2x cubed minus 4x minus 10 by x plus 2. So, the same procedure ang atong buhaton is i-rewrite na to siya by descending power or exponent. Unya, kung wa ang term, butangan na to 0. So, we will start writing with the numerical coefficient nga kinadak-an. Kinadak-an o exponent or power. So, ang kinadak-an from that given dividend is 2. So, we will write 2 first. Nya, sunod kay, wa may siya power of 2. So, meaning 0, missing. Then, negative 4, then negative 10. Then, to equate the value of our divisor, so we will equate x plus 2 with 0, making the value of x is equal to negative 2. So, ang atong negative 2, muna siya isuwat sa left part, left nga side, so sa box. So, the same thing, i-bring down ang first numerical coefficient, 2, nya i-times na po siya ni negative 2, katong number nga nasa box. Ang answer, ibutang siya diagonally. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Next is i-add. 0 plus negative 4 is negative 4. The same gapon, i-multiply na po sa negative 4 sa number nga nasa box, negative 2. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Then i-add na po. Negative 4 plus 8 is positive 4. Next, 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Then, i-add na po. Negative 10 plus negative 8 equals negative 18. So, our negative 18 is the remainder. Then, followed by the constant coefficient, linear coefficient, and the quadratic coefficient. So, therefore, our answer or quotient, if we divide 2x cubed minus 4x minus 10 by x plus 2 is 2x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 18 over x plus 2. To know or verify if the given divisor is a factor to the given dividend, the remainder should be 0.